Good morning, my dear children. How are you all? Hope you all fine. I'm very glad to meet you through YouTube class. So, have you all watched the previous videos? Yes, children? Yes. So, we have started History Chapter 2, New Kings and Kingdoms. So, in this lesson, already we have completed 3 videos. This is the 4th video from this lesson. Okay, children. So, what is the topic of the lesson? New Kings and Kingdoms. So, in this video, we'll cover a little topic from this lesson. So, with that, we'll finish this lesson. Okay, children. So, let's start. And irrigation. First, we are going to see about agriculture and irrigation. So, most of the achievements of Chola were possible only through the development of agriculture. Okay, children. So, Chola kings development mainly because of what? Agriculture. Okay, children. So, Chola kings development mainly because of agriculture. Okay, my dear children. So, have you all understood this point? Very good. So, next, look at this picture. What is this? Do you have any idea? What is flowing here? This is a river flowing, right? So, we are going to see about now Kaveri river. Okay, children? Kaveri river that is branched into several small channels before emptying into the Bay of Bengal. That means river Kaveri before reaching Bay of Bengal. If it is a river, it will finally reaches to a sea, right? So, before reaches into Bay of Bengal, what will happen? This river Kaveri is branched into several small channels like tree having many branches. This river Kaveri also have many branches. Okay, children. So, look at this image. This image shows you river Kaveri. This is river Kaveri that is get connected with sea. Okay, this is the connection point. Okay, children. These channels, I have told you, river Kaveri is branched into several channels like tree having more branches. River Kaveri also have many branches. Okay, that flows like a small river. These channels overflow, that branches overflow frequently. The branches overflow frequently, depositing fertile soil. That means, what is fertile soil? That soil is very good for agriculture and a rich nutrient soil. Okay, on the banks. So, near that channel, the soil will be very fertile. Next, water from this channel also provides the necessary moisture for agriculture. That means, for agriculture, the soil has to be very good, rich in water content, right? So, since this area is near to the channel, these places will be having more moisture. Okay, that is very good for agriculture, mainly for the cultivation of rice. Okay, children. Next, although agriculture had developed earlier in other parts of Tamil Nadu, it was only from 5th or 6th century that this area was opened up for large scale cultivation. So, agriculture in Tamil Nadu, it is developed before many years ago. Okay, but it was only from 5th or 6th century. 5th or 6th century, that this area, the area belongs to Cholas, this area is opened up for large scale cultivation. It is ready for large scale cultivation. When dear? 5th or 6th century. Okay dear? Next, forests have to be cleared in some areas. Okay, in some areas they have started clearing the forest for increasing the agriculture. Okay children, and in some other areas the land has to be leveled. The land has to be leveled so that they can do agriculture properly. In delta regions, so in delta region, embankments have to be built to prevent flooding. So in delta areas, what they have to do? They have to do embankments means they have to build a wall or some stone, something to make the water to stop instead of flowing out. Okay children, so that they have built embankments. Okay children, in other side they have to build canals to carry water to the fields. Like this they started constructing canals. They started constructing canals like this so that the water can be carried to the fields, agricultural fields. Okay children. In many areas, what they have did means they have to grow 2 crops. How many crops, my dear children? 2 crops. So in a year, they were grown 2 crops. Okay children? In many cases, rainwater is not enough. So they have to water crops artificially. They have to water crops artificially. Okay children? Next, a variety of methods were used for irrigation, for watering that field and for storing water. A variety of methods have used. Okay children. So some areas wells were done. Some areas wells were done. So first what they were did? Wells. Okay. Next, in some areas huge tanks were constructed. So second what is? So first one is wells. In some areas wells have constructed. So what is second one? Huge tanks, big tanks they have constructed. Okay, so that they can collect rainwater. Okay children. So next, remember that irrigation works require planning. First what we need? Planning. We have to plan how to start. Okay, what are the works has to be done, that you have to plan. So first one is planning. Irrigation works start with planning. So second one, organizing labors and resources. Organizing labor and resources, that is the second process. To organize labor, how much labor we have to allow for working there, and what are the resources we have to do. We have to give to them. So everything we have to organize. So first one is planning and second one is organizing. Next, maintaining these works and deciding how water is to be shared. So third point is maintaining these work. So one have to be there to maintain all these works, how the works are carried out. Okay, and last, deciding how water is to be shared. So what is the last point? How water is to be shared, on deciding on that. So this is the fourth point. Okay children. So what is the first point? Planning. Okay, irrigation works require 4 points. So what is the first point? Planning. Second, organizing labor and resources. Third, maintaining these works. And fourth, deciding on how water is to be shared. Okay. So most of the new rulers as well as people living in the villages took an active interest in these activities. So who were mainly involved in these activities? New rulers and the people living in the villages. Okay. Next, okay, now agriculture and irrigation topic over. Now we are going to enter into next topic, that is the administration of the empire. The administration of the empire. Okay, the spread of agriculture and irrigation led to the settlements of peasants. So spread of irrigation and agriculture that led to the prosperity of settlement of peasants. Okay, so that peasants means farmers, they started settling in one place. Okay, so that is called as Ur. That is called as Ur. Okay, children. The group of such villages formed larger units. Like this, so many villages. Okay, together, all together, we call it as Nadu. All together, that become larger units called as Nadu. Okay, children. The village council and Nadu performed several administrative functions, including dispensing justice and collecting taxes. So what is dispensing justice? That means they will be available for providing justice to help the people to be correct in everything, and then collecting taxes from them. Okay, collecting taxes. Okay, children. Next, rich peasants of Vellala caste. Rich farmers, peasants from Vellala caste, they considered like having more control over the affair of the Nadu under the supervision of Central Chola government. Central Chola government. So this Vellala caste people, rich peasants from Vellala caste, they had the control over the affairs of the Nadu, but they are under the supervision of Central Chola government. Okay, now like if you take our Tamil Nadu, each district is separately governed by collector or MLA. Okay, but all together they are under our state government, right? So like this, the Vellala caste people, they took the control over the affairs of Nadu, but they are under the control of Central Chola government. Okay, children. So next point, the Chola kings gave some rich landowners. They have given some rich titles to the rich landowners, like Moovanda Velan. Moovanda Velan. That means a Velan or a peasant. Velan means a peasant. He is serving 3 kings. How many kings? 3 kings. So they are called as Moovanda Velan. Okay, children. Then Arayar, chief. Arayar means chief. So like this, they have given many titles to the landowners. Okay, children. So that is for just they are giving the marker of respect. Okay, marker of respect. Okay. Next, Brahmanas. Brahmanas received a large number of land grants. That was also called as Brahmadeya. That was also called as Brahmadeya. So Brahmanas, they have given large number of land grants, lands as gifts. So that is called Brahmadeya. Okay. So this leads to the emergence of large number of Brahmana settlements in the Kaveri Valley in the other parts of South India. Okay, children. So they are given many land grants, this Brahmanas. So they have started settling in that place. That resulted many Brahmana settlement in Kaveri Valley. Okay, children. Next, each Brahmadaya was looked after by an assembly or sabha. Okay, children. So this Brahmadaya was looked after by whom? Assembly or sabha. Okay, children. Next, the decisions were recorded in detail in inscriptions. Whatever they are doing, they are recorded in inscription, often in the walls of temple, in the stone walls of the temple. In the temple, we can find, if you go to any olden temple, you can find in the stone something they have been written. Okay, children. So that are called inscriptions. In Tamil, they used to say as kalvettugal. Okay. Mainly on stones. Okay. Next, associations of the traders known as anagrams. So each, whatever the work is there, they will have one association, right? If photographers are there, they will have one association altogether. They will have one association. Like that, traders, okay, selling goods and buying goods, they have one association that is known as anagrams. That is known as anagrams. Okay, so they used to supervise what they are doing. Okay. Next, inscriptions from Uttaramerur in Chengalpattu district that shows how the Sabha was organized, what the Sabha were doing, how they were managing. Okay, everything that inscription have. Uttaramerur in Chengalpattu district. Okay, in that inscription writings we can find how the Sabha was organized, what are the things they have done. Okay, the Sabha had separate committees to look after irrigation works, garden and temple. Okay, they have separate committee. Okay, so that they can look after irrigation works, gardens, temple, etc. So they have separate committee. Like this, if we can take many examples. If we take our government also, for health we have one separate department. One person will take care of health department. Okay. Then next, another person will be taken given to taken care of relief fund or some related to construction. Like separately for each department there will be separate person to govern. So like this, in the Sabha also had separate committees. For irrigation work there will be one committee. For garden another department. For temple, taking care of temple, another committee. So like this they have separate committees so that they can take care of the work correctly. Okay children. Next, names of those eligible to the member of these committees were written on small tickets. So on small tickets of palm leaf. So they will take palm leaf. Okay, palm leaf, and in that, in palm leaf they will be writing their names, and they will put that palm leaf in one earthenware pot. Okay, like in one pot they will put all that names written. They will put like this inside. Then they will call one small boy, and that small boy is allowed to take one of the tickets from this. Okay, so first they will say like, okay, now they will call one boy. They will say like, you just take one ticket from the pot. Okay, so that which name is coming, that person will be in charge of this committee. Okay, so like we also used to play, right? So we will write more names on some separate papers. Then we will put in a plate or anything. Then what we will do, we will say someone to take any one of the slot. So if which name is written, we'll see, right? So similarly, what is happening in olden days also, small tickets that are written on palm leaf, like many names will be there, that together they will put in the earthenware pot. In the pot they will put that. Then after that they will call one small boy, and the small boy is allowed to take any one of the ticket from that. So first, what is the name coming? So they will say, oh, this name, he is in charge for irrigation work. The next, take another slot. The next they will take another slot. So next name, so this is in charge for garden. Like that they used to select. Children, so that's all. We have finished this chapter successfully. I hope you all understood. Okay. So next, thank you for listening very patiently. So with this we have completed this lesson. So in the next video we will start next lesson. So before that, you just revise all the notes given to you, and also start reading the textbook fully. So if you have any doubt, you can contact me at any time. Okay children, so that's all. So we will meet in the next video with different lesson. Okay, thank you children, have a nice day.